Hey everyone, and welcome to today's explainer. Let's just go ahead and dismantle a massive misconception right out of the gate, okay? The idea that getting wealthy requires some crazy stroke of luck, a one in a billion talent, or, a massive trust fund handed down from your great-grandparents. Today, we're looking at the actual grounded blueprint for building true, lasting wealth. No prodigy status required and absolutely no winning lottery ticket needed. It's a method that's accessible to literally anyone willing to put in the time and effort. So when you hear the word rich, what immediately pops into your head? Society pretty much programs us to picture a very specific, highly curated lifestyle. We're talking a fleet of luxury sports cars in the driveway, sprawling multi-million-dollar mansions, or just zero-stress lounging on a Mediterranean yacht. Well, push those cinematic distractions aside right now. Those glossy images are exactly what keep us completely distracted from the actual mechanics of building wealth. You see, we constantly use luck, unparalleled talent, or trust funds as these flashy excuses for someone else's success. It's kind of like a psychological defense mechanism. It softens the blow for our own current financial situations by letting us tell ourselves, well, they just got lucky. But the reality? A massive majority of financially successful people didn't start with a celebrity network or a huge inheritance. They relied on repeatable mechanics, rigorous habits, a fiercely disciplined mindset, and time. And the best part? Those are tools you actually have access to right now. Here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll unmask the wealth myth. Second, master your cash flow. Third, build your growth engine. Fourth, we'll dive into the psychology of money. And finally, number 5, systems over motivation. Let's jump in. Section 1, unmasking the wealth myth. Stop chasing the flashy shortcuts. Let's be real. Human nature craves the fast track. We all want that secret formula for quick profits and overnight success, but that exact desire leads people blindly straight into some massive traps. We're talking high-risk speculation, where you're essentially just gambling instead of investing. Get-rich-quick schemes, or fake gurus selling $1,000 courses while standing in front of a rented Lamborghini. These shortcuts inevitably lead directly to highly emotional, highly damaging financial decisions that will literally set you back years. Okay, let's dive into this, because here is the real pivot point. Real wealth usually looks boring. Now, I know that doesn't sound very exciting, but boring is actually your greatest superpower, because boring is repeatable. You can't schedule a lucky break, but you can automate an investment into a diversified index fund every single month. Consistent, repeatable actions over a long enough timeline are exactly what create massive, undeniable results. Section 2, mastering your cash flow. The foundation of earning and keeping. Controlling the money coming in is your first vital mechanic. Your income is directly tied to your value to the market. Like, what specific problems can you solve? Whether it's high-level communication, sales, programming, design, or leadership, the market heavily rewards these useful skills. Before you even try to figure out how to get rich, your primary focus should be on becoming highly valuable. Don't just focus on the money. Focus on becoming a person who solves complex problems. The money naturally follows the solutions. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. Wealth usually starts not with earning more, but with keeping more. You can make an absolute fortune and still be flat broke due to a quiet, dangerous little phenomenon called lifestyle creep. You know how it goes. You get a promotion, you immediately finance a better car. You get a raise, you upgrade your wardrobe and start eating at pricier restaurants. Suddenly, that massive new income is fully spoken for, and there is absolutely nothing left over to invest. Remember, money you don't keep is money that simply cannot grow. Section 3, building your growth engine, making your money work for you. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it shows the ultimate dividing line. Most people work for money, then immediately spend it on depreciating liabilities. But wealth builders, they take that cash and buy assets. We are talking about equities, owning a piece of a business, real estate, or intellectual property. When you aggressively accumulate things that grow in value or generate income over time, you completely change the game. You stop being the only one clocking in every day, and your money starts working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And when your money starts working, you tap into the magic of compounding. We all know the math, right? But the psychology is where people usually fail. Compounding is heavily backloaded. It feels painfully slow in the early years, almost like absolutely nothing is happening. It requires extreme patience. But if you have the discipline to wait out the flat part of the curve, that new growth creates even more growth, and that exponential mathematical curve becomes a massive unstoppable force. Section 4, the psychology of money. Overcoming internal saboteurs. You know, intelligence rarely dictates wealth. Emotional control does. When the market drops, fear triggers panic selling at the absolute bottom. When a trend skyrockets, greed takes over and triggers buying at the absolute top. Emotional decisions can literally destroy a decade of financial progress in just a few days. Financial strength is the exact opposite. It's staying perfectly calm during intense market volatility, maintaining a decades-long perspective, and following your predefined systems rather than just reacting to the daily news cycle. A massive part of that strength is ignoring the noise. It is so easy to see someone online lounging on a yacht and immediately feel like you're falling behind. But remember, you are comparing your behind the scenes to their highly curated highlight reel. You don't see their maxed out credit cards, you don't see their reckless leverage or impending bankruptcy. Comparison just creates internal pressure, and pressure leads straight to those disastrous financial decisions we just talked about. Stick to your own plan. Stay strictly in your own lane. Section 5. Systems over motivation. The boring blueprint for the long run. Building wealth takes decades, and let's face it, motivation is a fleeting feeling. You absolutely cannot rely on a feeling to get you through 20 years of investing. You need systems that endure. This isn't about waking up inspired, it's about pure automation. Routing the percentage of your paycheck directly into investments before you even see the money. Committing just 1 hour a week to financial literacy. Tracking expenses relentlessly. These unsexy, automated systems are exactly what will radically alter your financial trajectory over the long run. And this brilliantly illustrates the master checklist. Stop looking for shortcuts. Invest heavily in your own skills. Defeat lifestyle creep. Buy assets. Let compounding do the heavy lifting for you. Master your emotional impulses. Completely ignore the social media noise and build automated systems to protect yourself from your own lack of motivation. Above all else, stay exceptionally patient. Look, you can't control where you started in life. You can't control who was born with more advantages, and you certainly can't control luck. But you do have absolute sovereignty over your habits, your discipline, and how you spend your time. Wealth isn't built in one big moment. It's constructed brick by brick through thousands of tiny, boring, everyday decisions. The blueprint is in your hands now. So what's your next financial decision going to be? Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.